Hey everyone, this is a quick tutorial on how to install, set up and run Anterion Agent for Windows through WSL. In this tutorial we're going to go through the README of the Anterion GitHub repository and get Anterion Agent set up. For this tutorial we're assuming that you have WSL on Windows installed, Docker, a version of Python greater than or equal to 3.11, a version of Node.js equal to or greater than 18.17, and Miniconda. Also for this tutorial, it's best if you use the WSL user that you created when you originally installed WSL. First of all, we need to download the repository. So if we copy the URL here and run the git clone command and paste our URL afterwards, we'll clone the repository locally. Next, we continue with the OpenDevon setup. First of all, we navigate to the Anterion directory, and then we want to create a new conda environment called Anterion. To do this, we run this command: conda create name Anterion Python equals 3.11. This will create our new Anterion environment with a version of Python equal to 3.11. We then press Y and enter to proceed. And then we've created this new environment. We then want to activate the environment running the command conda activate Anterion. So enter conda activate Anterion, the terminal, and we're now in the Anterion environment. To then set up the front end, we need to run the following command from the Anterion directory: make build OpenDevon. So if we copy that command, paste it here, hit enter, we then make the front end. For this, we need to make sure that we have Docker running, and this will take about 5 to 6 minutes, so I'll fast forward through the video. Great. After running the command, we'll reach a stage where the terminal will ask for us to input some settings. In this case, it wants us to enter the LLM model name. For now, you can just hit enter for all the default settings. In the future, we're going to implement a function into the front end where you can choose other LLM models. So for now, just hit enter. Here, for the LLM API key, enter your GPT-4 API key. And then again, for the enter your workspace directory input, just hit enter again for the default. Next, we want to carry out the second step, the SWE agent setup. To do this, we then need to go ahead to the SWE agent directory. So from the Anterion directory, we run the cd SWE-agent to enter the directory. And then we want to create a new environment. To do that, we run this command here, conda env create f environment.yml. So conda env create -f environment.yml to create the SWE environment. Cool. That's now being created, and we want to activate that environment running this command here, conda activate SWE agent. Okay, let's run this command now, and we're in the SWE agent environment. We need to create a file called keys.config inside of the SWE agent directory. To do this, from the terminal, we can run the touch keys.cfg command. And again, we can open up this directory with VS Code running the code dot command. And if we look at the keys.config file, what we want to do is we want to write this information to it. Our OpenAI API key, Anthropic API key, and GitHub personal access token. Copy, paste that there. Okay. We then save that. Close. We also then need to create a .env file inside of the same directory. Again, we can use the touch.env to create this file, and again, either through VS Code or elsewise, edit this file. We want to write the Netlify configurations to the .env file. So if we just paste that here. Now, the Netlify functionality is optional. If you don't have Netlify set up or don't want to use it, that's okay. In either case, you can literally just have these as empty strings and then save the file. But we need to have this file. So save, and we can close that. Now we've got those two files created. We want to head back up to the Anterion directory. So we can run the cd ... to head back to the Anterion directory, and then run the make build SWE agent command here. Okay, let us run this command. And now we have SWE agent built. Finally, we need to do the microservice setup, which ties together the front end and the back end. We need to head to the microservice directory. From the Anterion directory, we can run cd microservice. And then we need to create a new directory called docker_volume. To do this, we can run the make directory docker volume command here. Then, within the microservice directory, we want to create another .env file. Again, we can do this through touch.env, and again, open up VS Code to edit this file we've just created using the code dot. And here is the .env file we've just created in microservice. We want to enter the information here within the .env file. So we can click copy and paste it into the .env file. For the SWE agent path, we can find that out by going back to the terminal and navigating towards the SWE agent directory. And then using the pwd command to find the present working directory. And we can copy and paste that into our .m file. We also want to find the Python path. To do that, we can use the which python3 command, copy and paste that to the .env file, and the Docker host volume path is the path of the Docker volume directory we just created. So if we navigate to the microservice and then navigate to the Docker_volume, we can then again use the pwd command to enter the path. Again, within this file, you need to enter your API keys for OpenAI and Anthropic, as well as set the cost limit for your agent. For now, let's just say $2. Okay, we save that, close, and then carry on to the next step. We want to head to the Anterion directory and deactivate our SWE environment so that we're in the Anterion environment. To do that, we can run the conda deactivate. Finally, we want to run the command make build microservice to build the microservice. We need to run this command from the Anterion directory, and if we enter, we then build the microservice. Now, to use Anterion, we want to be in the Anterion directory with the Anterion environment, and we can run this command here, /run.sh. So let us run this command. We've now created a link here, which you can follow to access the Anterion agent frontend. For Apple and Linux users, this is pretty much instantaneous, but could take up to a minute or so for Windows WSL users. Thank you very much for watching the tutorial. If you have any questions or difficulty setting up, please message us either through our Discord or email hello@anterion.ai. We're really excited to see what you guys build with Anterion, and stay tuned because we've got a lot of exciting features coming up, including extended tool usage, open source model support, improved reasoning, and a private web demo. Once again, thank you very much, and bye-bye.